I heard this girl, Christelle, I hope I'm saying her name right, give her thoughts and opinions on not actually being a baddie, but being cute and adorable. And I have thoughts.
I was down, but I'm always gonna get back up. I'm a rage, but I know I'm gonna get that truck. Done losing, I'm about to get that win.
Hey YouTube, it's me, Kristianna. Welcome back to my channel. Welcome back to When in Doubt Pink. Hello, hello, hello. I have thoughts about this video, and it wasn't even like she did like a full thing about it. She touched on some stuff. Okay, this girl, I'm hoping I'm saying her name right. Christella is, I think, how she said her name. It looks like Christelle though. I'm not sure. I just discovered her channel, and I discovered her channel because she was like talking about like the fact that the society as you'll have it right now is super into, when it comes to black women, okay, into the more like baddie aesthetic, as being like one of the main ways you can be accepted, period, as a like black woman right now, or being looked at as attractive or desirable. Most of the women who are getting attention from the men's, a lot of them have like the baddie aesthetic, right? I should say from black men. Spicy. Before we get all into it though, I'm gonna do a face. I don't know what the face is gonna look like. I think I'm gonna do like I should do a baddie face while I'm sitting here talking about baddies. I should do a baddie face the way the baddies like to wear their makeup. But I really just want to be using my curve cases, my color case. These are the color cases. I have a curve case from Made by Mitchell, love Made by Mitchell, love. That's it. That's all. That's the announcement. That, and I'm still learning how to use them, how to use the palettes the way that I require, and so practice makes perfect. So with that being said, I'm gonna get into my eyebrows using something up in here. Let's figure it out. Okay, so basically in the video with Christelle, she was saying that like she basically is giving up on trying to maintain this like baddie aesthetic that she was kind of leaning into at some point, because she thought that that's like, you know, that's what you're supposed to do. And I think a lot of us feel that way, because no matter how hard she tries, her physical like aesthetics, actually her physical aesthetic don't line up with what the girlies would like. If you think of a woman who is a baddie, you're probably not thinking about her because of how her face looks, right? Like, so she has like a very cute face. She has like really like doughy eyes, like kind of animated eyes, and other features that are like very black features. Because the one thing too, like the one thing too is that some of these baddie features, like featurism, like features, are man-made. Some of the features that the baddest of the baddies have are man-made. And that's no shade, because if somebody gave me some money right now to get some work done, I would do it. I would get me a 360 lipo and titties. Immediately. Stat, okay? Stat. But anyway, so she's saying like because of how she physically looks, she's done trying, because that's never gonna be her. I totally get that. And I think that with me, I wouldn't say that, well, no. Okay, so I should be honest about like what people have said to me versus like how I see myself, right? I feel like I have the groundwork, the foundation. I feel like I have the foundation to be somebody's baddie, right? But I've been called adorable a lot in my life. Cute, pretty, you know what I mean? And I think it has more to do with my personality than it does my physicality. That rhymes. But I think it's more that than like, cause I've you know, I like to get dressed. My favorite thing is getting dressed to go places, to go out. I love being able to put on a face like I am now. I forgot to put my primer on. That's why my face is so shiny. I love getting dressed up, like, and I like when I do find a fit that makes me feel sexy and comfortable, because a lot of sexy clothes are not comfortable. and that's probably my damn problem, is that I'm trying to be comfortable versus being a bad bitch. But I really would say that I think it's I don't have a baddie's personality to be a baddie. I don't aesthetically show up the way that a baddie would. Therefore, I'm constantly referred to as cute. That's fine. That's fine. That's cool. Now let's talk about men for a second, okay? So when I was younger, let me lift this up a little bit. I know I got lines on my forehead from the bonnet, but yeah. So the men, right? When I was younger, a lot of the guys that I was interested in, they all had the same aesthetic. I tend to gravitate towards a certain type of guy, right? And what's also interesting is that now that I'm just, because I'm really just freeballing this conversation and I'm just thinking out loud, right, is that I actually feel like I think the guy that I was interested in outgrew me. I think. And this is an honest conversation, right? Because although I'm still kind of naturally attracted to a certain kind of guy, that guy is not attracted to me anymore, right? That guy is like into baddie girls, which you know, I've like had conversations with friends, with family, in which the conversation was like, the reason why like black guys don't like you, you know what I mean, is because you don't have the aesthetic that they're looking for. I don't meet the aesthetic that a lot of men who look like me are looking for. Interesting. Hurtful and interesting. And when I think about some of my exes and the women that I've seen them with, when I've gotten to see them with other people, that doesn't happen too often, but I have, and it is like they're with the Fashion Nova lace front girl, which I wear Fashion Nova, okay? I wear wigs. Kidding. I'm really fucking joking right now. The conversation is serious, but like, you know what I mean, you gotta laugh to keep from boohoo ugly crying. I think I can also talk about this the way that I am, because I know I'm fucking weird. I'm weird. While the girlies on the weekend are like trying to figure out what hot spot to go to, I'm like cranking up my Sims. the Sims for my computer for the weekend. I'm just gonna put this here. But I also want to be very clear that I think I'm really pretty. Like, I think I'm really pretty. I think I'm just not giving like the level of bad bitch, you know what I mean, that like gets all the guys. That ain't me. Now, I feel like I've been using the word quirky to describe myself for a number of years, because it feels right. Quirky to me is like dancing to the music, like, you know, like they say, the beat of my own drum. Like, I feel like I'm dancing to the music that only I can hear, and that is how I've described it for a number of years. I love that. I love that. So yeah, I follow my own beat, I do what I like, but I'm also heavily attracted to baddie things, like doing my makeup. But I think what's really hard is that I am a woman who is attracted to black men. I feel like I should be able to get one. I feel like that, you know what I mean? But that doesn't actually match up with the reality of things. Because even when you see like online a lot of men complaining about the things they think women do or the things they think women are about. Obviously, like, not all men are the same, not all women are the same, but people are attracted to the a lot of times they're attracted to the things they think they don't want. It's kind of like what I've been noticing. I'm just blending out all this stuff. Blending out is getting a little bit crazy. I think my eyebrows have met before. They look like they've met before. They might know each other from around the way, so I'm just gonna move on. They're at least acquaintances today. Mind you, I do makeup for other people and can never get my eyebrows looking similar. The other thing, right, that stays in my mind as far as like, okay, so we've already established that I'm a quirky, like, kind of fun, funky girl, right? Why don't I just like find someone who's weird too? So what's interesting is like, again, these are just like observations, right? To find a black nerd blurred a lot of times, because they have been also rejected by like black women for not being a certain kind of way or whatever. They like are not available. Like, a lot of them are not available, not to us. And you know, honestly, because I keep hearing myself say like us, our, like, black people, like when in reference to black people, right? And I've also been getting to this weird place where I'm like, you know, like, people don't belong to us. Like, people don't belong to us. I know that black people will always be shackled together by the chains of our ancestors. As a community, we will always be like lumped in together in a way that like other communities can be individuals within like a race. They can be individuals, where like black people are held as like as if we are actually family members. Are held accountable for each other and to each other. But every time I say like our, us, something about that feels like somebody owes me something. Feels entitled. There you go. Something about that feels entitled. Like, am I actually entitled to a black partner? Even if I think so? Like, no, actually, no. Would I like one? Yeah, I would. And I think that's what's hard, because I'm realizing more and more that I'm gonna have to like just be more open. Like, my cousin was, when I first moved into this apartment and I started painting things pink, my cousin was like, what man is gonna like wanna come into this pink ass apartment? And I was like, I don't know, like, I wasn't thinking about men period when I was decorating my house, because I'm the one that lives here, not other people. I'm just doing a little powder to kind of set my face. I wasn't thinking about other people. I was thinking about me and what I wanted for my space. And then the joke came that like, if I caught me a white man or an other man, they would probably be more likely to help me continue to make things pink around here, to like continue to decorate my home in a quirky way, without a second thought about it. Interesting stuff. I think I want to use this Morphe palette. Look how beautiful, and I've hardly used it. Beautiful. And even though I've been single for quite some time, I think what's interesting is that I would rather strap in and continue to be single than to sacrifice the parts of myself that I really enjoy. Can I say that? Like, there are parts of me that I really just enjoy. Like, I love the freedom that I have in being a quirky girl, that I don't feel like held to any particular standard. Yeah. I like that. Yeah, that I don't feel held to any particular standard. I love that for me. There's a lot of freedom in that. Like, I might not be a baddie, but I'm somebody flavor, okay? There's someone for everyone. So in Kristell's video, she was basically saying that she quit I think like she was like quit being a baddie, like she quits. And I know that I was never that, so I'm not quitting anything. I was never that. But I like the idea of more cute girls, adorable girls, quirky girls, like coming into the realization that not all of us are going to be looking like Fashion Nova supermodels. That's just not in the cards for everybody. And honestly, I think that the more people start to move into their own flavor, maybe that will make, I don't know, like other, like I hate talking about men. Like, can I say that for like I feel like I say this every day. It's like I hate talking about men. I hate talking about what they like. I hate even having to consider what they might be interested in. You know what I mean? Because what I want to say is like, if there are all these different flavors popping up of women, like different, like even saying flavors is like not what I mean, but like different aesthetics of women popping up, and it becomes more socially acceptable, you know what I mean, to just like find what you like, maybe a lot of us would have a lot more luck, you know, because I do think there's like a pressure to like men wanting to impress other men, based on even the woman that they get. But again, I hate talking about what they like. I do. I hate it. Anyway, do you feel like you have like a particular aesthetic? Do you intentionally stick to a certain kind of aesthetic? I'm trying to find the right blush brush. I think I want to use this one. I'm trying to just like think about how I want this finished product to be, to look. Even the fact that I put blush on my nose is so quirky. Do aesthetics matter to you? I didn't think that aesthetics mattered to me until my aesthetic started to really diverge from what other people around me were doing. You know what I mean? But I feel like I've always been like this, and I think that's also like a part of my resistance to want to change and be something else, is because I've always been like this. If you are a baddie, what's that like? What's that like? Sheesh. To be the favorite. I'm kidding. I want a brighter under eye. I really do. Let's see. I have this, the Kosas. I'm just gonna do a little tiny dot because I really want a brighter under eye. Need to find me. Let's use this. I like that a lot. There's a really bright color eyeshadow in here that I'm just gonna go right behind it. Yeah, y'all know my makeup is trust the process. There's this pretty kind of pearl color in here that I kind of want to put on my nose. Yeah, and maybe right here. Yeah. Let me put the excess up here. I think I want to do like a fun lip combo. I have these kind of creamy colors from MAC. There's a one that I liked more than the other one. Which one's it? Was it Hodgepodge or Yash? I think I like both of these actually. I don't even know why I said that. Let's use Yash. It's literally Yash. Y-A-S-H. Yash. Yash. And then I need like a dark liner situation, which I think I want to go back to using the curve case. Honestly, I think I'm gonna line my lids. I just decided in this very moment I want dark eyeliner. So I'm gonna do my lip first, I think, and then that way I can let it kind of dry down, because it does dry down into like a kind of a powdery consistency. I can't talk while I'm doing this. It's already dried down, which is kind of cool. And I'm just gonna do my eyes real quick. Again, it's the same color. It's like the same color out of this palette, and that's why I really like this product. It's multi-use. And then maybe I'll just use a pencil on the bottom so I don't have to fuss too much. Yeah. Then we're gonna go in with Yash. This is very baddie-like also. Look at that, very baddie-like. And we're gonna put a gloss right over top. Love. Now I think I do need some lashes. I should spray my face first. I've been using this Revolution spray. I haven't been using it enough though to give a review or thoughts or opinions on it. But I do like that it's wet enough to melt, because some of these sprays be dry. Dry. I'm just gonna go back over my forehead with powder, because it does make my head a little bit more reflective than I want. But yeah, now we're back. Okay, my lashes are still drying, but this is the look. But now I feel like taking some baddie pictures. Now that I feel like a baddie, I think I want to take some baddie pictures. So I'm about to go do that. Anyway, all right, for real, I want to hear your thoughts on this. Like, are the baddies really like the end, the alpha, the omega, everything in between? Okay. Listen, as a quirky girl, I don't spend a lot of time letting the concept of like being a baddie or wondering if I'm a baddie or not, or knowing that I'm not, keep me down. Doesn't keep me from living my life. Doesn't, you know, like I said, there are some complications in there, because it does kind of seem like societally to be a black woman is to show up as a baddie, or you're not seen or recognized by like the outer world, it seems, or even within our own community. Lots of thoughts about this. Obviously, like, I was very silly and lighthearted talking about this, but it's very curious. It's very curious because so many of us are like so different, like, but it does feel like it is a certain kind of girl who is winning. And is this her season? Like, is this a season, or is this just like how it's always been? Thoughts, questions, either way, I want to hear it. Let me know in the comments. Bye.
Dumb, diddy, dum, dum. Twiddling your thumbs so you see I'm from uptown.